Hello, my beautiful collective. We're gonna start with some Palo Santo because for this reading, we did get the Palo Santo card. I'll go over that in a little bit because I wanted to start somewhere else. So this Soar card was the first card that came out. It actually didn't come out when I was trying to figure out which cards I wanted to use. I saw this. This was just like facing me. It says, "You're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one." And I thought it was fitting that I'm out here on my balcony. I got my hummingbird feeder right here, so hopefully we will get some hummers. I've got these flower pots here that have been attracting some super cute. One of them I've named Chunk because 111 on the timer, but Chunk, I'm telling you, is the fattest hummingbird, and he usually tries to chase off anyone if he sees anybody trying to get his nectar. So that might be a message for somebody. Anyways, side note, I was going to do this reading yesterday, and when I was meditating on what would be the theme of this, something flew into my eye. And it was like really bad. It wasn't just like, okay, blink it and it'll come out or wash it. I was like rinsing it. My whole eye got like swollen. I actually got really freaked out at first. And then I kind of calmed down and I realized that it was some sort of allergic reaction. But, of course, so I have these Healing Bones Oracle cards. Like, this is a pretty cool deck that I like to use. And anyways, wouldn't you, of course, guess that the I card came out? And sometimes I wish that I would like shuffle on camera, but it takes too long, and I don't have the memory space right now to do like super long videos. So I'm trying to make these shorter. But anyways, the I card came out, and I screamed and said, "Of course it did." So this says focus, clarity, prophecy, awareness, good luck, vigilance, and intuitive insights. And when my eye, like when I was like blinded and like I ended up not even doing anything, like I didn't paint, like I didn't do anything. I never ended up doing the reading yesterday. I just said, I wanted to just take more time, I guess, in like thought and meditation. And I've been having a lot of downloads this past month. A lot of changes. I had to move. All kinds of things happened, and just the biggest thing coming through was that I was not being authentically me. I was waiting for somebody to tell me 333, take control of your creative destiny, okay? 333. Anyways, I was waiting for others to tell me that it was okay to be me. So you might also be dealing with that. But what I'm getting from my own experience with this I card, and also coming through like with these other cards that I pulled, is that we're really being called to step into our own minds right now, not necessarily be looking for clarity through others. And like, I'm not saying, not to get confirmation from readings like this. I still listen to readings, but I'm extremely careful on what readings I listen to. And I also, even if there's like 20 messages come through, 4 might be for me. So I always put the intention to know which messages are for me and of the highest light for my soul purpose here right now. So this prophecy, 444, which again kind of goes in later. We have heavy ancestors with you right now. So you're also probably getting a lot of downloads could be coming from your ancestors or your high self. I have been called to, I don't want to say cancel out all middlemen, but I had realized at a certain point that I was not giving my power away to, like, let's say archangels. I wasn't giving my power away, but I was asking for them to protect me. And I was essentially getting messages that, look, we're on earth in human form. An archangel does not have more power to create and bring into creation than humans in human form. Like, we can tangibly create things. We can make things happen. They could be helping guide us, but essentially, I cut them out and went to my highest consciousness, like the oversoul, my highest avatar over the oversoul, over my soul, and I said, okay, I need to work directly with my highest consciousness that is not here on earth to really help guide me at this time, because I was having trouble changing careers, doing this, being an intuitive counselor, coaching. All that stuff seemed really scary to me because I'm known as an artist. I taught art at the college level. I'm a vegan baker. I currently have a vegan baking business. So I have all these other things that I do, while at the same time I'm wanting, I desire, it is in my soul, it is part of my soul blueprint to make videos like this, share my stories, share myself, and to help coach others into their purpose and into their highest self. So here I am after a tiny break, moving and dealing with some things. But anyways, I did pull from this Starseed Oracle the Hyrule card. It says longing for home and homesick for the stars. And this is definitely, I've dealt with this my whole life, and you probably have too. Knowing that I'm not from here, and just especially within the last 5 years, I really laugh at myself, like, why did I get myself into this again? But bottom line is, your soul chose to be here. Your soul chose your mission already. You're here either embodying it or needing to step into it, or you are stepping into it. Could be different for different people, but either way, I'm not going to say that it doesn't matter our origins. It matters what we're manifesting here on earth right now, because that's what we're here for. We're having this human experience on earth, so we need to be laying those foundations here, if that makes sense. So we got this card flew out. This from the Gabby Bernstein Oracle. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it says, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. So all of our traumas, pains, struggles, I personally, which is part of the reason why I'm so led to coach and to counsel, I've had a decent amount of extremely traumatic events that started in childhood and have continued well into this year, even a couple weeks ago. So I already understand that I'm here to alchemize those tragedies into healing and into teachable moments to help others do the same in their path. I was like, where was the card? This Santo. And now here comes this. Such a beautiful image. The Palo Santo just really talks about, it can be used to, clear out negative energy, clear out that which doesn't belong. But again, like I kind of talked about, kind of cutting out the middlemen, like, not like worshiping or, praying to outside of ourselves as a creator here on earth, and that's not, worshiping ourselves as God, but as a piece of the creator. We are here as boots on the ground. And this card, I love that there's this little fox here. And to me, it's like, I can't tell if the star is coming from the third eye or the crown, but like either way, this general area, the fox is known as the sacred trickster. And with the Palo Santo, 1111 on the timer, with the Palo Santo, and the sacred trickster, it can essentially take something dark and then alchemize it into light. Like it can take a dark trickster and alchemize into this sacred trickster. And you see here, it's connecting with what looks like an elder spirit. 55 also. So big changes coming in. It's time to take all that dark and morph it into light and use it to your benefit. We as a collective have really kind of gotten into this victim consciousness. And yes, things happen that are horrific all the time. And if we dwell in that, we won't be alchemizing, and we won't be, be that magician, be that sacred creator here as a collective conscious. You know what I mean? As unified consciousness collectively, we are here to bring about changes. Now is the time. And we got this number 8, Scorpio, I investigate. More beautiful cards. So with the Scorpio and the 8th house, that's all about that plunging into those, darker, not necessarily darker, but that which is all the way buried, all the way in. Really, again, being that phoenix. So more of this energy coming out, that it's time to alchemize. It's time to, rather than look for outside external things to tell you what you should be doing, or that it's okay to do what you want to do. It's just really time to say, to ask your highest self, what am I here for? Why am I here? I know for me personally, it's not to do a 12-hour, 8-hour, however, whatever grind to make money to have stuff. Haven't been interested in that in a long time, but I still was stuck. I was still stuck. And I don't want to say that I'm stuck now, because I'm at least making videos. I've at least started a Facebook group. If you feel called to join, it's called Strength and Purpose Through Source with Lindsay. You can ask to join. I share all kinds of just empowering little things. I do special readings for the group. It's almost like coaching, or like helping people step into their purpose, but it's free. I am launching my paid intuitive counseling and coaching service spaces here soon, but that group is free for anybody that is in the beginning, middle, whatever stages you are of your journey. Um, I'm the only one that posts in the group, and I facilitate, and network of people. So it's not a bunch of like spammy stuff where everybody's just like posting. It's just me posting this content in a group setting to where people can like share and like help, heal through trauma and other things. So with this investigate card, investigate what you need to get out of your life, the things that you need to get out of your life, or how you need to get out of your current life to get into the life that you want. I don't know, but investigate, search deep. If you don't have a meditation practice, I highly suggest meditation. And I think that a lot of people are turned off by meditation because they think it has to be a very specific way. You can't move and all these things. They can feel restricting, or they say, well, my mind won't stop. That's usually I have ADHD, I can't sit still. Okay, great. I have that too, whatever, I choose to get rid of labels at this point in my life, but I still feel that energy. And that's okay. And I sit with it. Sometimes, like if I set my 20-minute timer, I might just sit over. Sometimes I stop it early. Sometimes my mind goes off onto weird tangents, and then I'm 5 minutes in, and I'm like, wow, I've been, thinking about this one topic, and I haven't been meditating. But the point is to practice calming your mind. So of course, it's not going to be a perfect thing. It's not going to be perfect. You're not just going to just sit and it's like, and you're like floating like a little yogi, and you never have a thought into your mind. It doesn't work like that. So just be gentle with yourself and allow yourself. And sometimes processing means that something will come into your head. And how I look at it when I'm meditating, if something comes in, because I ask to connect to my high self and say, give me any messages, any leads to where I need to be now. Because look, your high self has the master blueprint for your soul in this incarnation. So when I connect directly to my high self, I feel messages coming in through my crown. So sometimes I do get distracted on something, and then I'll breathe through it, and I'll know that it's something to address later, but I don't beat myself up because I spent 5 minutes, ruminating on something. So you may need to give yourself permission to start a practice, and just set small goals. And I had, something come up that had, to where I missed 2 days, even though I was like, okay, I don't want to miss a day. And then I missed 2 days, and, I wasn't disappointed. I didn't chastise myself. I said, it's okay, just start again. It's not such a big deal. At this time, we're really being called to be more gentle as we try new things, step into our purpose. Like, I'm not saying be gentle and give yourself slack to find excuses to not do stuff. Like, we could find 10,000,001 reasons to not start something. I'm supposed to be working on a painting right now. I'm not supposed to be, but you know what I mean. I'm not getting any money from making this video, but I could be making money from making a painting right now, but I'm making this video because I wanted to. And then I'll go paint, once the message is out. But I really have been, I guess, canceling out a lot of things, whether it's closing a lot of people out of my life or closing content out of my life, getting rid of a lot of different, I don't want to say YouTubers, but just Xing out a lot of things that are not leading me directly to myself, if that makes sense. I don't watch TV. I haven't for a long time. I don't watch TV or movies, you know, anything that is like, I guess, going to distract from a more sacred experience. I used to be a complete TV addict. Like, I would lay on the couch and watch TV all day, like, for whenever I could. I just looked to just lay around and watch TV. And I'm not judging anybody that does that. I'm just saying that I came from a very different place than I am right now, even though I do know in my heart that this is who I always was, and I'm bringing in more pieces of my soul, to, you know, connect me even like to the most highest place. And it's not an easy process.